Am I too critical of Dragon Ball Super? No, not at all. I don't even think so, not even the slightest bit. And I could just get my ass up right now and call this fucking video over, but I will defend myself. I will get up on my soapbox and make a defense for myself. First off, I don't think I'm being overly critical of Dragon Ball Super, because I'm just holding Dragon Ball Super up to the same standards that I would any piece of entertainment. That's it. I mean, like, I'm not being overly, harsh on it. I'm not giving it any kind of leeway. I'm just treating it like I would any other piece of entertainment. I am not, like, holding it up on any particularly high pedestal and be like, you must achieve this greatness. All I really wanted to do was just be competent. Be competent and be entertaining. Those are the two things I really just want it to be. And sometimes it's competent, sometimes it's entertaining, sometimes it's both. Sometimes it's fucking neither. And, like, the main thing I would say I compare Dragon Ball to would be, clearly like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, I guess even to the extent GT, because it's part of that franchise. And I know, Geekdom, Danny, he did his video, just very recently, I think probably the same day as this was going up, saying that, are we being too critical of Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Super, and is it fair to compare Super to Z? And yes, it's completely fair to compare the two. Why wouldn't you compare the two? They're the same fucking franchise. One is a continuation of the other story. Why, how could you even say, and the point that he's really trying to make in that video is that he feels that some people are putting on, these nostalgia goggles for Dragon Ball Z, and, because they put Z on this pedestal, they think, Dragon Ball Super is garbage because it isn't living up to their memories of Z. And as a person who's watched this series multiple fucking times, as a teenager, as an adult, I've read most of the manga, I can tell you right now, I am fairly well versed in this franchise. And I call bullshit on on Dragon Ball as well. There are parts in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT that I think are fucking bullshit. Mostly in the latter parts of Z, the Majin Buu arc, the artificial human arc, things like that. But overall though, its flaws aren't ridiculously crippling to the overall quality to those shows. Yes, they have problems, but their problems are usually spaced out, far enough to where it isn't constantly infuriating. With Super, though, because these arcs are so short, and because they're fitting so much bullshit into each fucking episode, or sometimes not fitting jack shit into an episode, oddly enough, we end up with, this series, where, it makes me go off more, and I have to be no, this is fucking bullshit, and it's too much bullshit, it's too many negatives in a more compact story. And, and some of the things that Super is doing are things that Z never did, that Dragon Ball never did, that GT never did. So, I have a completely different laundry list of problems. And, I'm not being nostalgic. Like I said, I certainly do not pedestalize Dragon Ball Z. It has a lot of nostalgic value to me, but I understand that it's not that great. I understand that, Yu Yu Hakusho is a far fucking better anime, especially as far as, the shonen action genre goes, than Dragon Ball Z ever was. And all I really want is for just Super to just be, passable, to be okay. And honestly, it's not okay. Let's be real here. If Dragon Ball Super were any other anime, if this wasn't an installment of the newest franchise, or if it was a brand new franchise, and it had a lot of the issues that Dragon Ball Super has had, would you still be goddamn watching it? If in the first arc it started off with 2 filler episodes that did nothing to move the story forward, then dragged ass for another 8 episodes until they got to a big ass climactic fight. And Like, no, yes, like the climactic fight is mostly cool. Like, you start having problems. Like, that's not good storytelling. Whenever you have episodes that just don't explain things, like, that's a problem. Whenever you have animation problems the way Dragon Ball Super has. I mean, could you imagine watching a show with Dragon Ball Super's inconsistent animation, like the inconsistent animation it had throughout the Beerus arc, the Golden Frieza arc, and half of the fucking Champa arc? Could you imagine, like, just sitting through any anime that had those issues? Would you give it the same leeways that you're giving Dragon Ball Super? Would you still call that a good anime? Would you? Because I don't think you would. I think a lot of people would never get that far. I don't think an anime like that would ever get this many episodes because it would have got fucking canceled after the first 13 episodes when nobody wanted to fucking watch it. Let's be real here. The only if nostalgia is affecting anything, it's affecting, like, the fact that we're even still watching it. Because the fact that we even got this far, like the fact that this show is able to hang on for as long as it is, the fact that we've been able to get this far into this show, it is solely because, we have this nostalgic attachment to this property. That's where the nostalgia comes from. The nostalgia isn't making us criticize this fucking series too harshly. Nostalgia is making us hold on to this franchise and on to Super going, please be good, please be good. Oh, you're shitty again. Stop being shit. That is the problem with nostalgia in this goddamn fandom. I mean, I'm sure for some people, they have this pedestalized idea of Dragon Ball Z, and they think it's the greatest fucking anime of all fucking time. It's the greatest fucking show, probably because they've only ever seen that one anime. They probably haven't watched it that many times. They haven't probably seen it in years. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure, like, some people are being, I guess you could say, overly critical. But honestly, like, what the fuck does overly critical even goddamn mean? Take a moment to think about that phrase, overly critical. Think about that. Moments up. I'll explain to you what the fuck overly critical means. It means, you are criticizing something that I didn't have a fucking problem with. That's what being overly critical means. That's what you're fucking saying. You're saying, I didn't have a problem with this, you shouldn't have a problem with this. And whenever you're saying you're not being critical enough, it's the fucking reverse. You're basically saying, hey, you're giving leeway to this thing that I had an issue with. How dare you not have a problem with this thing that I had a fucking problem with? That is all those fucking sentences mean. I'm sick and tired of people coming into my goddamn comment section, because I have all the fucking time with you people, coming into my goddamn comment section telling me how, fucking Rhyme Style's a fanboy, and Masako X is a fanboy, and Geekdom is a fanboy. They can't be critical. They don't keep it real like you. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they are keeping it real. They are giving you their honest fucking opinion. Yes, their opinion might be clouded with nostalgia or something. I don't know. I honestly don't watch the review, so I can't make a comment on it. But, even if it's clouded by nostalgia, they're giving you their honest opinion. And they're coming at you from the perspective of a nostalgic Dragon Ball fan. If they don't want to call bullshit on things, or they don't have a problem with the bullshit because they're just really hyped to see their favorite show back, that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't exactly say it counts as a good review, but that's fine. But then, okay. But then you have people who are very critical. Big example, Mozilla Vulpix, Gabby. She is my favorite person to watch Dragon Ball Super reviews from. She's technically the only person I watch Dragon Ball Super reviews from regularly. But, I think her reviews are goddamn fantastic, because what makes her reviews great is that she comes from she comes from a very subjective place, and she does a great job of conveying to the audience why she felt the way she did. And episode 66 rolls around, she liked it, and she states her case and why on a personal level she likes it, and then she gets fucking lambasted in her goddamn comment section because how dare she like an episode of a show? How dare she take enjoyment in something that other people have issue with? Fuck them. Like, people say that, I'm trying to fucking ruin Dragon Ball Super for people. No, people who do that shit, when you go to other people's videos and trash their opinion for, liking something and telling them how shit they are for it, no, that's what you're doing. That you're trying to ruin someone else's fucking enjoyment of something. You fucking pricks. It's like people can't seem to understand that all critiques are fucking subjective. My critiques are completely subjective. It is based... you can say, like, Zeon's objective. Zeon is not fucking objective. Everything Zeon says is based on his personal criteria that he personally set for his standards of what he considers good and bad entertainment. That is it. Everything is fucking subjective. Like, and all my reviews are meant to do, much like, what Mozilla Vote Pixel reviews, I'm sure what other people's reviews, is to convey to people, the sign of a good review is to convey to people why you feel the way you do. Is to tell the viewers, you felt this way, and then to explain to them why you felt this way. To convey those feelings. And that's what fucking reviews are. It is conveying feelings to fucking people. But everyone's such emotional as fucking pricks on the goddamn internet. Everyone has to be a fucking asshole and can't fucking treat people like goddamn human beings. No, we just have to be fucking dicks to one another. I'm not trying to ruin Dragon Ball Super for any goddamn body. All I'm doing is conveying my feelings. If you want to sit there and go like, oh, well, I don't agree with you. Well, that's fine. Fuck it. You don't have to agree with me because it's my personal feelings on a show. I'm not saying that this show is bad. Okay, yes, I am saying this show is bad. But I'm not saying that, like, you should feel bad for liking it, or that you're wrong for liking it, or that you should feel the way that I feel about it. You're perfectly entitled to feel however the fuck you want. I think Dragon Ball Super is honestly a terrible show, and the only reason I keep watching it is because it's Dragon Ball, and I have 20 fucking years of investment in this goddamn franchise, and I just can't let go. Like it's that fucking Stockholm syndrome. Super just keeps beating me and tossing me downstairs, and I'm just like, don't worry, Dragon Ball still loves me. Don't worry, you don't know, Mr. Officer, you don't take Dragon Ball Super away. He learned his lesson, and then I got a fucking black eye the next day. That's just how I fucking am. I can't fucking let go of this goddamn series. But at the exact same time, I can't keep my fucking mouth shut about it either. Like, I, like a lot of people, because, like, I do speak to people, like, who feel the same way that I do, where they're coming from this perspective of they want to see Dragon Ball Super be good, and when it's not, they get disappointed, and they need someone, like, I am there as their representation. So, and that's fine. But I'm not objective. I never was. I never claimed to be. Like, I don't, like, yes, I know, like, I have that moniker of the realest motherfucker, but honestly, I don't think Danny or Rhymestyle or fucking Masako or fucking Gabby or any of the other guys are any less fucking real than me because they're giving their real fucking opinion. If you don't like their opinion, that's fine. You don't have to. Nobody's gonna fucking agree 100% on anything. That's how people work. We're all wired differently. God damn it. I don't think I'm being too critical. I don't think other people are not being critical enough. Everyone has their own fucking opinions. Entertainment and the enjoyment of it is completely subjective. If you like something, you're perfectly entitled to like it. And if other people don't like it, they are perfectly entitled to not like it. If you don't want to see negative reviews, you probably should fucking sub to me. Just gonna say. But, I mean, also, though, if you just want to hear a different fucking perspective on the franchise, then yeah, fucking sub to me. Or if you're super critical and you want, yeah, just, and the same thing goes for all the other guys, too. Like, if they're providing content that you want to see, then their fucking reviews are worth being around. They are worth existing, and just because you don't like their fucking content doesn't mean that other people don't. It doesn't mean that you should just go shit on their fucking opinions. I'm sure there was a point in some of this, between all the yelling and ranting. Honestly, it wasn't even supposed to be a fucking rant. I was supposed to, like, sit here and calmly just be like, okay, guys, let me be a mature adult and speak to you. And then, I don't know, I'm fucking tired, man. I've been up for, I'm fucking really tired. I should have been in fucking bed long ago. Zeon, out.